Welcome to Podzilla, a digital discourse in pop culture. Please enjoy the show.
There's a Ninja Turtle movie coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, in 2023.
I thought it was 22. Is it 23?
I thought it was 23.
That's a bummer. We should hang on. Where's my phone?
Is that even? It's kind of news, but it's not like when I saw that, I'm pretty sure it's 2023. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm just going to keep talking as if it's 2023 because I feel like if they're
23, late 23.
Yeah, so if they're saying like that's not news. I mean, it is, but it's not because it's like
yeah,
we're still 2 years away. Like they haven't even started. They don't even have voice actors for this thing.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that. Like I was trying to chase links and tags and stuff like that, trying to figure out who's the voice actor. Who do you want to voice it? Hey, let's fan cast. Hey, this episode is a fan casting of the Ninja Turtles for the Seth Rogen movie.
Well, obviously we have to have Johnny Knoxville as Leonardo because he was the best Leonardo.
Pinnacle Leonardo.
No.
So good he didn't even come back.
Let's see. That's a great question. Who would we fan cast? Let's see.
Totally like right off the dome, so we haven't put any research into it.
No. This is just off of
Let's start off like with our most favorite is Mikey. Just a funny guy.
Sure.
It's got to be a comedian, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be.
Did you like the voice actor that he does Beast Boy and he did Michelangelo for the animated series? Kind of got like the higher pitch.
Yeah,
voice.
I like that guy. I didn't really like the Mikey from the Michael Bay ones. He kind of sounded like too nasally.
Yeah.
If I want a turtle to be nasally, it's Donatello.
Like the new animated ones?
No. The Michael Bay ones with Megan Fox and Arrow.
Well, that's what I meant. I said animated, like they're not all. Yeah, so I didn't really like any of the voices for
I didn't
Michael
mind.
Bay
I liked
movies.
Raph.
Well, this is going to be an animated movie all the way through, right?
All the way through.
Oh, man.
So let's do the four turtles. Casey, April, Splinter.
Okay.
Let's throw a Shredder in there if we wanted to.
I mean, Shredder could just be like
I like Uncle Phil as Shredder. I was thinking.
Well, he's
I was thinking
currently.
Yeah, currently. Maybe one day.
I bet Bryan Cranston could do a good Shredder.
I bet he could.
But no.
But that's probably whitewashing Shredder.
I was about to say.
Bryan Cranston is Splinter, maybe?
Yeah, Splinter's a rat. I think Kevin Clash, who was the original performer of Splinter in the 90s.
He's the GOAT. We should have an older Splinter, like an older voice actor. I guess he would have to be Japanese too, right? Because he's from.
That's the problem is we don't have our pulse on Japanese actors.
That's true, and that's on us.
That's on us.
That's our personal downfalls.
I think definitely fan casting the new Ninja Turtles is a great thing to do, but I haven't put in any of the research. I
do have a Donatello that just popped in my mind. What if Bo Burnham is Donatello?
Bo Burnham would be a good Donatello voice.
I think so. Because he doesn't
not bad.
He doesn't sound nerdy, but he does sound exactly how he looks. Just like skinny white guy.
Mm.
And I think he would be a solid Donatello.
See, I thought of
and he'd still be funny. But he wouldn't be like too nerdy to be.
My first Donatello pick was William Jackson Harper, Chidi from The Good Place.
He's got another good one.
He's got a good voice.
That's
for kind of smart.
But he might be a better Donatello because he actually does have like at least in The Good Place. I know he's like built and actually cool, but in The Good Place he kind of had that like.
He's kind of got
like
a wavering
cadence. A wavering.
He can do
voice.
like the nerdy cadence, but he also like could probably do like some.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
I think both those are solid. I would not be disappointed in the least, but I think Chidi might take it.
That's a pretty good Donatello. So we got our Donatello.
Yeah. Should we just commit?
We just don't have names in front of us, so it's going to be a lot of looking up names on our phones.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's do this then.
Let's fan cast a different Ninja Turtle for the next 4 episodes.
Yeah, let's do
So we
that.
got Donatello on this one, and then next week we'll do Raph, and then the next week we'll do Leonardo, and we'll just kind of like
Make
let
sure-
it be a segment along the way.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
That
For
way
this whole journey.
right. That way you can find out our entire fan cast.
Great. That's good.
All right. Well, let's talk about the fact that we've said this on the podcast before, and it kind of was true, but it also wasn't true. But now it's actually true, and
Okay.
that's this fact right here.
Mhm.
Movies are back.
Movies-
Movie theaters are
100% back. Well, not 100%.
Movie
They're
theaters
back.
are back.
They're back.
I'd say 100% back.
They're probably. I'd settle for like 70-80%.
But I'm no.
But, like,
here's
I went
the
to the
thing.
movies and there were people there.
No, but here's what I'm saying. This is why I'm saying they're 100% back, because now people are promoting their movies, saying go to the theater and
yeah.
watch it.
Yeah.
Like A Quiet Place 2, which is
Yeah.
part 2, is probably what we're going to talk about next.
Cool.
Is like they were promoting that movie like go see it in theaters. They're
Yeah.
promoting Black Widow as go see it in theaters. They're even promoting Cruella as go see it in theaters.
Yeah.
Every movie that's coming out, In the Heights, all these movies that are coming out, like it's saying in theaters, like
Yeah.
go see it in a theater.
Yeah.
And that makes me that is reason enough to make the statement. I think movie theaters are pretty much back.
Yeah. They're coming back for sure. Absolutely. Well, the most encouraging thing to me, like seeing those, like at the very end of the, like all the new movie trailers, like only in theaters or only in cinemas.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's cool. That gets me hyped up.
Yeah.
What gets me even more hyped up is I went to see 2 movies this weekend, and there were people there.
Mm-hmm.
Like probably sold out showings that were socially distanced, but there were people there and people showed up, and I was like, absolutely, let's do this.
Yeah, I think my statement isn't movie theaters are back at 100% capacity. I'm saying
Sure.
going to the movies is back
It's a
100%.
thing. Yeah, yeah.
It's a thing again.
It was really, really cool because Sydney was like, "Hey, let's go on a date this weekend." I was like, "Absolutely." She was like, "Dinner and a movie." I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"What? When is the last time you went to like a dinner and a movie date?
Yeah,
Like a long time."
yeah. It's,
And not and like it counts, but it doesn't count to go see a movie like Jaws or Back to the Future. Like let's go experience something for the first time together.
yeah, like an anticipated movie.
Yeah. So we
New
went
movie.
to see Cruella. It was awesome. It was fun.
Mhm.
Maybe it was just because I was back in the movies, but man, I loved it.
I will say that your review that you posted on Instagram, where it was high praise.
It was high praise. I mean, it was deserved to me. I was super into
But now,
it.
but what exactly was your post? Did you say something about?
I said Cruella's sick, Emma Stone's the GOAT.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
but there was a lot of exclamation in it. Like you,
Maybe there
I-
was. I don't
reading it.
remember.
There was a lot of like Braden.
Hey,
this is Braden's new favorite movie.
Definitely not. I do think one of the biggest downfalls, that soundtrack probably has 65 songs on it.
Cruella,
Cruella has a ton of like 70s songs.
cool.
Like rock songs too. It's not like the Bee Gees.
mm-hmm.
It was like it was a pretty solid soundtrack, but they played like 30 seconds. There was a 30-second scene, another 30-second song. That was probably its only downfall, but there wasn't ever a song I was
So your biggest critique was it had too much music in it,
probably
like too much like
It
like
was
pop, like popular.
here's
music.
why I liked it so much. I was expecting Disney to be like kind of just threw this movie out. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, here's Cruella. If you ever wanted to know what Cruella
Like you were
was up
expecting it to feel kind of unintentional. And
yeah,
just kind
and unnecessary.
of, Mhm.
But I will say this: 30 minutes into the movie, I leaned over to Sydney. I was like, "Hey, somebody made a movie. Like somebody. The cinematographer was busy.
Mhm.
Like it's a pretty movie, and I was not expecting to see like an actual heartbeat behind this movie.
Mhm.
You just have to go see it. It's cool.
But do you think it's worth? Here's the follow up question: as far as like what we're coming out of with the pandemic and everything, do you think it's worth seeing in a theater? Is it a movie theater movie or is it a streaming service movie?
I don't think you're gonna lose a ton going to like buying it on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say somebody actually made a movie, and if you go to see it in the theater, I don't think you would regret it
Mm-hmm.
unless you just don't like the movie, and that's totally like warranted.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody actually like it's cinematic. and it surprised me a lot.
And so you're saying it's worth seeing in the theater.
I would, if I had to go choose again, I would see it in the theater.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
That's good. That's a
Yeah.
good thing because there
Yeah.
there have been movies that have come out in theaters over the course of COVID that have
Yeah.
been like that could have just
Yeah.
been a streaming movie.
No, I would totally go see it again in the theaters.
Mhm.
And
So you went and did that on Friday,
Mhm.
and then you decided that you enjoyed your movie theater experience enough that you went back on Saturday.
yes, went to go see A Quiet Place too.
Yeah, and I also saw A Quiet Place Part 2
Hey, that's
in a movie theater.
I
as
will.
well.
I want to specify because I talked pretty highly of Cruella. Quiet Place 2 is it.
Yeah, that's the movie.
That's it.
I was about to say,
if
there's-
you're about to
I
go
was
see a
gonna-
movie,
Yeah, if
Go
you
see
have to
that
choose
one.
between the two. But I was going to say there's absolutely no way you're going to tell me that Cruella was
Not
a
a
better
chance,
experience
not
than
a
Quiet
chance.
Place 2.
no, A Quiet Place 2, and I was nervous because people haven't been in the movies. The first one was super quiet.
Mhm.
Like, how are people going to behave?
Mhm.
Am I going to hate this experience?
Mhm.
Nope.
No, it was rad.
No, it was awesome. It was awesome. That movie's great.
Do you think that a movie like A Quiet Place, the first one, do you think that it did a good job of expanding the universe, or do you think that it kind of went off the beaten path a little too much?
The
You know-
second one?
Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
I know my answer.
I
But
don't-
for the sake of a podcast, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Are we going to do a spoiler warning and just talk about the movie, you think?
Yeah. We'll do like a non-spoiler segment, and then we'll do a spoiler.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just real quick give our basic non-spoiler review. 1, you should absolutely go see it.
Yeah.
2, especially in a movie theater, because those are the kinds of movies that were meant to be seen in a movie theater. Same with the first one.
Yeah.
3, the acting is excellent.
Yeah.
4, the main actress, do you know her name?
I don't, unfortunately. I meant to look it up after the movie.
She's excellent.
It's
Tell me her name. My 4th point is that this isn't a spoiler, but she's kind of the heroine, like lead of the movie.
yeah.
And she does a great job.
Millicent Simmons.
Millicent Simmons kills it.
Yeah.
5, I think I'm on 5 now. Cillian Murphy, sick.
Always.
6, this isn't a spoiler either. This is just the way time works, but it was kind of painfully obvious that the boy had aged like 3 years, even though it was
Yeah.
supposed to be like 2 days. But who cares?
It happens.
7, Emily Blunt, excellent.
As always.
8, I liked the expanding of the universe.
Yeah. Me too.
9, pacing was really good.
So good. That's what I wanted to say.
And those aren't spoilers.
No, not at all. Go see it.
Go see it.
Go see it. Spoilers?
Yeah, do you want to do a spoiler warning?
Yeah, let's do a spoiler warning. Let's hit the
All right, go for it. We turned the sirens on.
This is a spoiler warning for
A Quiet Place, Part 2. We should do our entire review in ASMR because it's a quiet place.
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay, I'll do it.
Oh, Jesus. Is that my mic?
No, that's my mic. Dang, really? Wow. You can hear everything. A Quiet Place Part 2. Okay, I'm not going to do that
so
anymore.
much. So to answer your original question, I really liked the world building. And
Me
I
too.
really, really, really liked, because I didn't expect it, how their paths crossed and it told 2 stories.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect that at all.
Whose paths crossed?
Like, I guess not crossed, they split.
Yeah,
Their-
so
their
how
paths
the
split.
daughter had her own thing that
Yeah.
she went and did,
Yeah.
and then the mom.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. And so here's my first question, and this is more just a general like world question, like world building question. So when Cillian Murphy's character says the thing about you don't know how bad it's gotten and stuff,
Yeah.
what did that mean to you? Like what was he talking
Like, you
about with
don't-
people?
I would say he okay, well, that's
Because there are
I
some
had a-
theories that people think, oh, you broke your microphone. There are some theories that people think that there was like an outbreak of some sort of sickness.
They did look sick. The only other people we saw.
The people on the
looked
docks.
sick. Yeah.
But, and also his wife died.
Yeah.
So there are people who think that what he's saying to her is, you don't understand how bad it's gotten, is he's talking about people who are sick with some sort of thing.
Yeah.
But then there are also, in the reverse, there are people who think that he's talking about just how selfish people have gotten trying to survive, that they're
Right.
like willing to kill anybody and everybody to.
Well, I didn't even think about the sickness thing. How did his son die? I think
I
a
don't-
thing got him, right? Like an alien got him.
Maybe. Yeah, the day that everything happened, he lost his son.
Okay, gotcha.
So I would assume too one of the aliens.
Dang. Yeah, I don't know how the whole sickness thing.
I don't think it's a sickness. I think that he was just talking generally about how.
Yeah, but why do you think those people looked so bad?
I think they're like cannibals or something. I think they were going to eat the girl and eat him.
Yeah.
Do you, when you become a cannibal, does it like affect your body like that, you think?
I don't know. I wouldn't think so. I have heard from my numerous cannibal friends that you get like the taste and the craving. Like
Mhm.
you eat human meat once and you just kind of like you really want that again.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of like a drug. And that could be total BS, but that's what I've read. I've read before. Not in books, like actual articles that you
Yeah.
that you
But does
get
it
the
affect your
taste.
physical? Like, does it make you like look like your body's decomposing?
No, that it doesn't do.
Because those people look crazy on that.
Those
dock.
people looked insane. And I don't know how they would have gotten that scars and like the gross stuff on their face and how their
Mhm.
eyes were so bloodshot.
Mhm.
Yeah, human meat definitely doesn't do that to you.
Mm-mm.
I had like a nice calf once. Totally fine.
Like a human calf or like a cow, like a baby cow.
More like a cow, but I figured they were the same thing. Like same type of meat.
It's
calf
called-
meat.
It's calf meat. So you don't really know whether you're getting meat from a human calf or
No.
from a baby cow.
No.
There's actually no scientific way of knowing at all. Did you know that?
No.
It's the same. This is science.
That is science. You read an article.
The truth of it is this. There's no way for scientists to know whether calf meat comes from a baby cow or if it comes from the back of a human leg. There's actually no way to know
You just-
scientifically.
One thing's for sure, you know it's calf meat.
Yeah, it tastes.
It's got
like
that
calf.
taste.
Yeah,
It's got that taste. Is this calf meat?
yeah.
It is calf.
hmm
Oh. Great.
There's no way to know
There's no way to know. It's
until
just-
you start
It's just in Publix labeled
calf meat.
calf meat.
Yeah,
80-20
yeah.
fat.
And it's just the distributor. It just has a picture of a guy going,
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Maybe you're eating a human. Maybe you're eating a little cow.
That's for me to know.
That's for me to know and for you to never find out because scientists can't
You
do it.
can't
It's
tell.
not possible.
You can't tell. If you took like a ribeye from a calf
Mhm.
and then a ribeye from a calf, you'll never
know.
Side by side. Okay, just to clarify, here's a picture of a ribeye from a calf,
Mhm.
and over here is a picture of a ribeye from a calf.
Spot the difference.
Spot the difference. There's 3 differences that the human
Yeah.
eye cannot see.
Pause the video
Yeah.
and spot the 3 differences.
Look really close. All right, and moving on.
Did you find all 3? It's impossible.
It's impossible. Anyways, no, I don't think it does. Like make you
No,
look
I
all
don't think
gross.
it makes. But that. So are those people sick with something that the aliens have brought with them?
I don't know.
Because they look like something's wrong with them.
Yeah, they do, and I don't think like as far as this movie like leads you to believe, Emily Blunt and the fam were the first to kill one of the aliens.
Yeah. Mhm.
So
Because they're the
like,
first
we
to figure out
know-
that the high pitch frequencies
Yeah.
would make them.
and we also know that those aliens are not in the business of torturing humans. They
Mhm.
give you a good quick stab or a swipe, and
They
you're
don't even
done.
eat humans.
No, they
from
don't.
What I could see.
And that was the only question I had for like the remaining of the world building, maybe
Uh-huh.
for a third one, because I'm
Uh-huh.
sure they're going to make a third one.
Oh yeah.
What are they there for? Did they crash land here?
Mhm.
Did they come here for a reason?
Yeah, because the motivation of these aliens isn't to control the world because
No.
they don't have like a superior intellect.
Right.
Their motivation isn't to eat humans
Yeah.
because the only reason they kill humans is because humans are making noise. And
Do you
they
think
don't
it's just
want
like
noise.
it's just a bunch of mom aliens who went on vacation and they're just looking for peace and quiet?
Yeah, they're just having like a girls
Yeah. They
a girls
came
trip.
here to drink Diet Sprite and for some peace and quiet, and now they land on
Yeah.
this all-inclusive
They
resort
came
that
here
was
for a
supposed
nice
to
bubble
be.
bath and a glass of wine
Yep.
and some silence away from the alien kids.
Yep.
And they
what
get
do
to
they
Earth,
get
and what do they get? A baseball game.
a baseball game. Come on.
A baseball game and a bunch of people screaming.
You know how much they paid for this trip?
You know how much? How do you? Hey, space gas ain't cheap.
Space gas.
If you think
ain't cheap.
Earth gas is expensive,
Just wait
think
till you-
about space gas.
Yeah.
Just ask
Yeah.
Neil Armstrong.
And you
how
know
much
their
space gas
spaceship,
costs.
their spaceship did not get good light years to the gallon.
Yeah,
That's
and
all
you gotta
I'm
fill,
saying.
and you gotta fill up. Like when
gotta,
you
like-
stop, you gotta fill up. There's no like quarter of a tank and
No.
we'll make it. Like
No.
you gotta fill up
Yeah.
because you don't know when you're gonna find the next space gas.
That's the biggest thing. And now their vacation's ruined.
Yeah, they thought they were going to Mars,
Yeah.
the silent planet. They
Yeah.
landed on Earth, and then they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, dang!
Yeah.
Looks like we got to kill all these noisemakers while we're here."
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they're enjoying themselves now because now they get to like let out some of that pent up rage. Because you
Mhm.
can't swat a
Mhm.
kid like that, you know?
Mhm. They
'Cause
just
they're,
jump
like,
past and
they're, like-
stab and like,
Yeah, they're like really
just keep moving.
swatting. They're really swatting,
but they can't swim.
but they can't swim.
We learned that in this movie. They don't
Yeah.
like high pitched frequencies and they can't swim.
Yeah.
What to you, Braden, was the scariest part of A Quiet Place Part 2? What was the scariest moment or the most intense?
The
Scary
most
moment?
intense moment, easy, is when it's the opening scene. So that opening scene was great, but it's when Emily Blunt has her son in the car and they're
Uh-huh.
driving down the road and they slam on their brakes and the bus comes at them and she throws it in reverse and like that's already so
We
she's
already saw
driving,
that in the trailer.
right, but I had totally forgotten about it.
It was good.
She's driving in reverse, and that's already like terrifying because you see the bus getting kind of closer, and then she speeds up, and then there's a big hole in the windshield, and like
it starts crawling out of
it starts crawling out,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
my god!"
You know what's amazing?
I
Here's
heard a
little-
collective gasp from the movie, from the theater, like a
Totally. Totally. You know what's
Sick.
amazing too about that shot? So they had a camera rig that so the stunt driver, obviously Emily Blunt's not driving this car. The stunt driver is sitting on top of the car, stunt driving from the
Whoa.
top.
That's awesome.
And then they have the camera arm that goes down inside of the car and it's
Yeah.
a full 360 camera rig.
right.
But the way that it's set up is it's completely timed out. So it starts like looking at the kid in the car seat,
Yeah.
and then it kind of does a slow pan over to her driving, and then
Yeah.
it does the wide where the kid sees his dad. So all that was planned out. So they had to
Yeah.
rehearse that for weeks
Sick.
to get it done,
Right.
right?
And they did. They pulled it off.
Right.
100%
And so the
effective.
stunt driver's on the top. Emily Blunt's making it look like she's
Yeah.
doing the whole thing, which is cool. But what specifically I thought was really cool, and what John Krasinski said was the greatest mistake of his career, was that the part where she's backing up and she's looking behind her, and the camera slowly pushes in on her face as she's backing up. That wasn't supposed to happen. The camera rig broke, and it was sliding off of it was sliding off of the sled. Like as they were going in reverse, the camera was slowly sliding off, but it did a perfect push in on her face. And that was a complete accident. So next time you watch that scene and she's in reverse and
Yeah.
it just slowly pushes in on her face,
Yeah.
that wasn't supposed to happen.
Just a total.
But it was
Fluke.
just a total like moment.
God wanted him to have that shot.
And it was the perfect little like intense, like
Yeah.
slow push in, but
Yeah.
it only happened because the camera rig broke.
That's sick.
So there you go. John Krasinski.
What was your most intense?
I'd agree with you on the bus. I think the other thing that kind of got me the most was seeing that little girl on that dock.
Oh, okay, yeah. The
That-
dock scene. The dock scene was great.
The dock scene, the anticipation of the dock scene
Yeah.
to me.
I leaned over to my sisters. I was like, because my sisters went to see it with me.
Hmm.
Sydney was too scared. She's more of a Cruella lady.
Yeah, she's more of a Crazy Rich Asians lady.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I know it's not your kind of movie, but
Right.
A Quiet Place is not her kind of movie.
I have to prove anything that has a jump scare in it.
Yeah,
I have to go
that's fair.
test the booze.
You have to go. Like she'll watch it at home with the lights on.
Yeah, and I think she went to see A Quiet Place in the theaters, but I legitimately do in any scary movie or suspenseful movie. I have to go test the booze, like any jump scare, and then like if something is
the
coming
booze,
up,
as in like ghost
a
boo,
boo.
not like booze, like
right,
salut,
not like a salut boo, like a boo,
not like a salut booze,
a
like
classic
with a
jump
Z
scare,
and an E.
a classic jump scare.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I went to see it with my sisters, and at the dock scene, whenever he's like underwater with the noose around his neck and he's going up and down and up and down, I leaned over to Megan and Mikhail. I was like, "This is amazing."
Why didn't he had a knife in his hand? Why didn't he just cut that rope off his neck?
Next time you're in the water with a noose around your neck, getting dragged up and down and up and down.
But I'm saying like you can grab this part of the rope and start.
That's true. I mean,
I'm not
that's
talking
true.
about right here. I'm talking about up here.
No, I'm just saying, like.
But I don't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're right.
Moment
he was distracted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody who gets annoyed about that, try it.
Yeah.
Put a noose around your neck. Throw yourself in the water.
Yeah.
Have somebody yank up and
you
down.
call
on it a
me,
bunch of
and
times.
I'll yank up and down on it.
That's fair. That's a fair argument. Like, you know what? If you've got a problem with it, just let's put ourselves in this situation.
Yeah.
That's a lot harder than it looks. But
yeah.
that the whole dock scene was sick, and I did like the way it was going back and forth. The intensity was mirroring itself in both aspects of what they're doing on the dock and then what the mother was doing back at the
So because it cuts back
to
and he like gets out of like the storm cellar, the bunker.
safe thing.
Yeah. And he goes and makes a bunch of noise and runs back.
Yeah, that to me was the only part that I was like, this dumb kid.
I know.
Like,
and that's
why did he go all the way up there and you're just exploring?
Were saying the same thing. They were like, he was awful. And I was like, yeah, but he's a kid. How old is he supposed to be? Not how old
supposed to be
is
like
he?
9 or 10 or
Yeah.
something.
Like whenever I was 9 or 10, I don't know what. And my mom,
he was
probably the only family member I have left besides this newborn baby.
Mhm.
If she went out there, would I have done the same thing? I don't know.
He was very realistic for what a between 10 and 12-year-old would do.
Yeah.
From beginning to ending, right?
Yeah.
Not that good at baseball.
His dad is like
steps in a bear trap.
Scream.
Almost
Will
kills
not
his whole
stop
family. Won't stop screaming. I
Will
was like, at that point, if I was his mom, I would have just knocked him out. I would have just punched him
Yeah.
and knocked him out.
Yeah, that's very true. That was my one thing because he's selling it. That guy is selling it. He was like, ah!
That's his Oscar bait moment.
And she had his mouth closed, and he would not shut his mouth. Or like he would not shut his mouth. And I'm like, even if I were 10, like that pain,
I would understand.
that has to be excruciating, the worst pain you've ever felt.
Absolutely.
But you just lost your father. You've got your sister with you, your newborn,
and you know
sibling.
the danger. You've seen
You
your little baby
you
brother
grew-
get
yes.
taken out because of a
Yes.
little spaceship.
You've already lost 2 family members.
Yeah.
You know
the risk.
What's going on?
You know the risk.
Shut your damn mouth.
Even if there's an initial scream,
yeah,
because it does hurt.
yes, absolutely. I'll give him 2 screams. My man screamed like 7 times at the top
For
of
a
his
long time.
Yeah, it was just like ah, ah. It was like a good 5-second scream, like 6 of them.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah, that was
God.
okay. So he sucks at baseball. He steps in a bear trap, screams for way too long.
Yes.
Then he let's see, what else does he do? When his mom tells him, just stay down here, take care of the baby, you'll be
Yeah.
safe down here.
Mhm.
Which is true. If you'd have stayed down there, none of
Totally
their
fine.
story would have happened. They would have been safe the whole time.
Which
You'd have
which I
never
get.
even ran down and never
I-
even ran out of oxygen.
I would totally buy.
Also, side note, do oxygen tanks really run out that fast?
How did
Those oxygen tanks didn't last at all.
I don't know.
There's no way
I really
that big
don't
of an
know.
oxygen tank runs out that fast.
I really don't know, and
Anyway.
we're not really in the medical field.
And there's no
But I'm
way for
thinking of, like, a
scientists to
propane.
know.
There's no way.
There's no way for
There's no
scientists to
way.
know how long oxygen in a tank lasts.
Let me just say this to you: if you believe in science, scientists don't know anything, and that's scientifically correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way for Dr. Fauci to know.
Global warming. How are we gonna know? You know,
So
calf meat. How?
there's no way for anyone to know anything anymore. So with that being said, I felt like the oxygen tanks ran out really fast,
That's
especially the second one that she had just brought.
Yeah.
The first one I get maybe
Sure.
if they were
Maybe
using it
they-
a lot
yeah,
to
maybe
transport
they-
the baby.
Yeah.
The second one I was like, she just got this oxygen tank and it's
We
already
also
running
don't
out.
know how long they were in there, and also I'll give it to them. There were 3 people really sucking
ripping
on-
it,
yeah,
really
yeah.
ripping it.
getting that high quality.
Yeah,
O,
that high quality,
quality
that big
O2.
O.
that high quality O, baby.
That's fair.
Just sucking
that,
it down.
That crispy from
Yeah.
a fresh from a can.
Fresh from
O.
a can. Yeah, and you. So I'll buy the second one as well. And also for the first one, we don't know how long that journey took. I'm sure they kept that baby in there for hours.
Mhm.
So I'll give them that one too.
Mhm.
I'm not super. Hey, how quick did that third one go though? Like she just got it, and then she put one little hole in it, and then it was all gone.
Wait, which one?
The one that exploded.
I was about to say, you mean the one she blew up? I'm telling you, there's no way to know.
There's no way to know.
Even when
Oxygen
she-
isn't flammable.
Yeah, even when she shot the can, she's like, there's no way to know if this is going to work or not.
There's no way to know.
Because bullet hit air. Air doesn't react.
Air doesn't react.
Bullet hit can with air inside. Big boom. There's no way to know.
Are you telling me? You're telling me that
Are you telling me that a
firing
bullet
a bullet.
going through air, right?
Yeah. Anytime you fire a bullet,
It's
there's
just
no
going through air.
no explosion.
Yeah. Put the air in
Yeah.
the can,
Yeah.
shoot the can.
I'm gonna poke a hole in this wide open. This huge. You know how many times I've shot a can with a BB gun?
Mm-hmm.
So many times.
Yeah, lots
Guess
of
how many
times.
explosions there were? Oh, baby.
Big O.
Oh, big O.
And not the crispy kind.
Not the crispy kind. So big plot hole there.
That's a big plot hole. More people should be talking about this plot hole. You know what? If I ever meet John Krasinski, you know what really didn't make sense about A Quiet Place Part 2?
The
When
big
she
O.
shot the can with the big O in it, there's no way to know if that would work.
There's no way to know.
It's so stupid. Oh, God.
That's it.
So the kid sucks at baseball.
The kid is.
He steps in a bear
Not
trap.
forget.
He disobeys his mom, which that's already bad enough. We've learned
That's
about that. You don't do that.
Yeah.
He goes up and he explores, sees a dead woman's body,
Yeah.
falls over.
Also, was that his wife?
I think so.
I thought she died weeks ago. That was pretty decomposed. If you.
But
ask
see
me.
if she had some sort of weird virus.
Yeah. Well, it's scientifically impossible to tell how fast a body decomposes.
That's true. Scientists have been known to say archaeologists have pulled mummies from under the cores of the earth,
Yeah.
deep in underneath the pyramids. They've
Yeah.
pulled mummies from the earth.
Yeah.
They've opened up these sarcophagi.
Yeah.
They've shown it to scientists, and scientists have said, "There's no way of knowing
There's
how old
no
this
way.
is." There's
Couple hours. Couple.
if I had
millennia.
to ballpark it,
20, 30 years.
at least 20 years. I'll say at least 20 years is my educated guess. 20, maybe 100, maybe 1,000 years, somewhere between 20 and 1,000. I don't know. There's no way of knowing. Well, thanks, Dr. Fauci.
Scientists are useless.
Oh, science. So
He sucks at baseball.
he sucks at baseball, steps in a bear trap and screams way too much.
Yeah.
Disobeys his mom, sees a dead body, falls over and calls the aliens to
Yeah.
He then takes his baby little sister, I think it's a girl, I don't know,
I don't know.
Gets them inside the safe, closes it, locks himself in there.
Yeah.
Almost kills himself and the baby.
Almost. For a minute there, and this speaks pretty highly of the movie. I had to second guess. I thought they were gonna kill the baby a couple times.
Yeah.
I was like,
Got pretty close.
I was like,
when he took the top off and that baby's in there just crying.
yeah, got me.
And then he takes a little mask and does his own. He does a little. Rip
I was
of
like,
it.
spit it out, give it back,
Give it back to the baby. If one of you is gonna die, it's gonna be you. You suck at baseball.
Your dad died knowing you sucked at baseball.
Jeez. Your dad's last memory was you striking out.
To be fair, we don't know if
We don't know
a hit.
Yeah,
It was
to
in
be
the
fair, we
middle of
actually
the-
don't know if he sucked at baseball. He's just nervous.
Yeah,
Which
I think it was
we've
like
all been there.
I think it was a 1-1, 1-2 count. He had a good little at bat going.
We've been there.
We've been there. Yeah. But we've talked a lot of crap about it. Do you think his redeeming moment at the end was?
Oh yeah.
I thought it was.
Oh
sick.
yeah, that
I thought
was
it was
sick.
awesome.
And
Because he wasn't scared anymore. He like stood up and he
Yeah.
was the man now,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is how I took it. Now I think my little sister took it. But when we got out, Megan was like, "Not a chance." He was awful in the movie. I was like, but that moment was so
But that
good.
moment where he protected his mom.
Yes. That was so great to me.
That was
I
great.
loved it.
I did too.
I
I
loved
thought that was like it was his coming of age moment.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
all of a sudden
Yeah.
he became the man of the house.
To me, the
he
only
became-
thing that was too far from me that was like, because I buy the sucking at baseball. I buy the like going out to look for your mom
Mhm.
thing
Mhm.
because I would probably do the same thing.
Yeah.
The only thing to me that was just like not too far, but like that really drove his character like over the bounds of this kid.
Of understanding.
Yeah, was the bear trap when he keeps screaming.
Mhm.
That was the only part. But that, to me, his redeeming moment was like it hit harder than that.
When he blew that alien's head off with that revolver.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was pretty
Absolutely.
sweet.
That was.
And what
sweet.
was cool about it too is that like so his sister was doing the same thing at the same time as
Yeah.
cutting back and forth.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was like this brother sister moment where they were it was
both
teamwork.
going ham.
but it was teamwork
yeah.
because he wouldn't have been able to do what
Shoot.
he did if she
Oh,
wasn't
shoot.
doing what she
You
did.
know what I totally forgot about because we were totally talking about the boy for a bit, which deservedly so. He was great. I totally forgot how hard she hit that alien in the face with a steel pipe.
with that pipe.
She creamed
Yeah, she
it.
rocked it.
Yeah, she
she
should have
rocked
been
it.
the one playing baseball.
I'm
She,
Breathe.
yeah, yeah, she knocked the crap out of that.
Yeah, she
alien's
slapped
head.
that thing.
It was like halfway through its face.
Yeah.
I was like, gosh dang,
That's
somebody sign her.
somebody. This
she-
girl's a slugger.
She is.
But what was cool about that scene to me is that he wouldn't have been able to save himself and their mom and their sister
Yeah,
if it weren't for like their teamwork, right? Because
Yeah.
she told him keep listening,
yeah,
and he was.
Yeah.
and he was waiting for her,
yeah.
and
yeah.
because of her,
yeah,
he then was able to save their family. She still saved them, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It was like this teamwork thing where she
Yeah.
told him like, listen.
yeah,
Here's another question: is they had an entire radio station, right?
yeah,
To play somewhere over this beyond the sea,
Right.
somewhere waiting for me. If you have an entire radio station, wouldn't it make more sense to have someone on that microphone that's pointing at the record thing, just saying, "Hey, we're on an island."
Well,
Across
I
the
think
way?
they wanted the right people to come because if they're like, "Hey, we're on an island across
They
the
only
way,"
wanted
can't
smart
swim.
people.
They can't swim. Then all the
That's fair.
Boondock Saints on the docks, they would
Like,
come.
lunch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'd be like, some calf meat.
You guys want to go have a picnic? Calf meat? Anybody down for some calf meat? Well, that's fair.
But, yeah.
That's fair. They only wanted smart people.
They only wanted, yeah.
They don't
The
want.
people-
They didn't want no dummies.
No,
Because Cillian Murphy would have died alone. You know what I'm saying? He's a big fat dummy.
he walked on the island. They're like, "How did you get here?"
How did you get here? We know you've been listening for like 4 weeks
Yeah.
and you still didn't understand it. Like he they didn't want dummies like him. They wanted
No,
smart
They
people.
wanted smart people.
And
just
they got
like
the
that girl.
smartest because
The smartest.
because she knows how to kill.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's another thing. There's a floater. I caught it and threw it away.
Nice.
When she grabbed that guitar amp in the microphone,
Yeah.
she cut the power off.
cord.
I felt the same. I was like, wait a minute. Literally the first thing she did. I was like, oh, sick. She's got a microphone.
Some
She's
might
getting a
say
little
that's the
speaker.
most vital part of the amp.
Some
But that's scientifically not proven.
Yeah,
you know?
there's no way for scientists to know. There's no way. But here's the thing is, you and I both have had our fair share of plugging guitar amps in.
Sure.
No power cable. No sound.
Yeah.
So that was it. And all it would have taken was like if just give the scene 10 more seconds, right? Where she cuts that power off, she strips it, she sticks it to a battery and like tapes it up and just takes it with her. And it's like, okay, fair. Like maybe that would work. It probably wouldn't, but she's got like a little, like
she
one of
just
those,
like licks a 9-volt and just like pushes it.
she cuts the power cable off the amp, separates it, and sticks it in a potato.
She walks the whole way there just like dragging her feet, building up static electricity.
She's got socks on.
On the railroad tracks. She's like
Wool socks. No, but you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
all it would have
yeah.
taken is like, one of those, those big, like the bigger, like flashlights that have
Yeah.
the big batteries in them.
Yeah.
If she would have just stuck that to the back of it, like duct taped it on,
Sure,
and then it would've
MacGyver
been
it.
like, oh, like she's like,
Yeah.
it's mobile power.
Hey,
now.
she decoded somewhere beyond the sea. Like she probably made a battery.
Probably made a battery.
Probably-
We just
probably
didn't
did it.
see it. Just for the sake of my imagination and for the suspension of disbelief, I will choose to believe that we didn't see it, but
Yeah.
she built a battery.
She did. She also had a tennis racket on her back for a while.
Did she?
That's what Megan said. I didn't notice it, but she said I was expecting her to use the tennis racket she had on her back, and I was like, what? But she swears she had a tennis racket on her back. She also had like
There's no scientific way of knowing.
tennis is a scientific like mystery.
This is science. Aliens love some tennis.
They love some tennis.
Aliens love some Johnny
Maybe that's
Mac.
bait.
Some Johnny McEnroe. Aliens love Venus and Serena Williams.
That's true.
That's science.
If you paused it and zoomed in, they had Venus and Serena tattoos. That's why they came
The
to.
aliens.
That's why the moms of the aliens came.
Venus
to
and
Earth.
Serena played the aliens, I think, in the movie.
It's deleted.
There's no way of knowing scientifically. Just start saying that for Have we overplayed this joke in one episode? Because I feel like
You make the shirt. Like, that's 2 shirts.
there's
There's a Hallmark shirt for the Christmas season.
that is absolutely something that people who listen to our show are going to
There's
latch on to.
scientifically no way of knowing.
There's scientifically no way of knowing. It's just the truth. So, what final review?
Yeah.
A Quiet Place Part 2.
Yes.
I mean,
Movie
you
of the
gotta
year.
see it.
Movie of the year so far.
So far, movie of the summer.
Yes, absolutely. You got to see it.
But we got Fast 9 coming up.
We got fat. Hey, let's.
We got
not
Black
write it
Widow coming up.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be movie of the year. We got Spider-Man No Way
Yeah.
Home coming in
Yeah.
Christmas.
off. Shang-Chi.
Yeah, we've got a lot of good stuff coming
Yeah.
up. Well, that's a show, isn't it? No, it's a movie.
Shang-Chi's
It's a movie.
Loki's coming up.
Loki.
Thor: Love and Thunder wrap today.
But as of right now, Quiet Place Part 2 is the movie to beat.
It's the movie to beat. It's gonna be a tough one to beat. It's
Yeah.
at the bar high, and it's not just because we hadn't seen a
It's
New
gonna be
great movie.
here. It's gonna be better than Black Widow. It's probably the best movie of the summer.
We'll see. We'll see who dethrones.
What do you think would dethrone it? Which movie do you think would dethrone it?
Pretty hyped on Black Widow.
Yeah, but I'm saying as a movie. I'm hyped on Black Widow because we're hyped on the
Oh,
MCU.
yeah.
But I'm saying like
As a movie,
as a
no.
film to see in a movie theater.
Yeah, no, that's probably it. That's probably it.
That's probably the movie of the summer.
Which is surprising. Oh, I didn't even touch on this. How they fade from like sound to complete silence on the
Mhm.
daughter scenes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's money.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that is really good.
I think that's all I have to say about
And,
it. I just
you know,
wanted to point it out. Like, that's sick.
Yeah, and they intentionally every time that you go to like that silence of like only what she would be able to hear,
Yeah.
it's like an intentionally close up shot of her.
Yep.
Like you're in her mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the Quiet Place Part 2.
Also, this thing, the dive thing that came back.
How that
into
came
play,
back.
Absolutely.
I knew it was going to.
Absolutely.
We all knew it was gonna.
Yeah, but it had been long enough where it was kind of in the like way back of my mind. So as soon as he went like this, I was like, "Dang it!"
Yeah. Well,
Absolutely.
full circle moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Cillian Murphy always kills it.
Yeah, he
Always.
slayed it.
I've never seen a Cillian Murphy performance. I'm like, he was pretty good.
Yeah.
He's always top tier.
Yeah, he's sweet.
Absolutely.
That's the movie worth seeing in a theater.
That's it. And we're back. Movies are back.
Back at the movies.
Let's do it.
I'm so hyped on it.
Yep. What's the next
stoked.
movie? What's the next? Is it?
Fast and
It's got to be
Furious.
Fast 9.
We still haven't figured out.
I meant to respond.
Yeah.
Sunday works.
We'll see it on that Sunday for sure.
Yeah.
Fun. Fast 9. We'll have a review for that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What other stuff is there gonna be? Black Widow.
Black Widow.
I'm stoked on In the Heights.
In the Heights is gonna be great. That episode with you and Johnny was a ton of fun.
It was a ton of fun.
It was a ton of fun.
We
to
had a
listen
good
to.
time.
Yeah.
The only thing that I didn't like about it was that he wasn't in the same room as me.
That's true.
I liked all the rest of it.
That goes for most situations.
It goes for most situations with my brother. I wish he
Um,
was always in the room with me everywhere I went.
Just in case we forget, you know, it should be the thumbnail.
What?
It should be the Quiet Place family, and then Doc Brown going like, you know what I'm saying? Like his
It should be Doc Brown's leg in a bear trap.
and his face, like the wide eyes. You know,
When he does that.
there's no way to know. Would a bear trap really do that to your leg?
I mean, that old rusty bear trap, just been waiting to munch on somebody's leg. Just been waiting for it for years.
That was a layup to do scientifically. There's no way to know.
No, I know that. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Podzilla. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to let us know about a potential episode that you think we should talk about, you can join our Discord. There's going to be a QR code somewhere on the screen. So join our Discord. There's also a link down below. That's where you can send us vital information for your everyday life when dealing with movies.
Absolutely.
You can also follow us on Instagram at The Podzilla Show. You can email us at thepodzillashow@gmail.com if you want to, send an idea for a topic for us to talk about then. We're definitely going to do a legitimate fan cast of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which that's been on our list for a long time. Like years.
Yeah. Probably.
So-
Yeah, since like the first... I think since we did fan cast it for like our
Probably.
second episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to do that. But join our Discord, get in touch with us. And please, like I said, like this video, comment on this video.
Share it with a friend.
Yeah.
Share it with a scientist
Yeah.
who can back us up. And say,
Yeah.
hey, we don't
If you're
know.
a scientist, we need a professional's opinion on some of these theories
Yeah.
that we've got going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah.
Specifically the Big O. Got a lot of questions.
I've got some questions
A
about that
lot of
crispy air in a can. Is there anything else we're forgetting?
No, just the Discord. Come talk.
Yeah.
Come
We
talk.
didn't
Come
even
hang
introduce this episode. We just jumped right in. Hello, welcome to Podzilla. It's a digital discourse in pop culture.
out. And until next time.
And until next time, always remember Aquafina is the national treasure of the week.
Absolutely.
Go back to the movies.
Thank you for joining us on Podzilla. And always remember, be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.